Hello and welcome to another episode of Ted's 10, the show in which I, a guy called Ted, give you my top 10 things of a thing. Yeah, it's simple, much like you watching this video to the end and pressing that like button. In the last episode of Ted's 10, I gave you my top 10 introductory songs to Richard Thompson. Now, my criteria was quite simple. Only Richard Thompson songs. No verbal convention or no Richard and Linda Thompson songs. So in this list I'm gonna give you the top 10 Richard and Linda Thompson tracks. To me, Richard and Linda Thompson had a slightly different audience to Richard Thompson. His albums with Linda seemed to strike more of a chord with general British folk rock fans, whereas his later solo albums he seemed to create his own cult following. So here are my 10 best songs from that wonderful folk rock duo. At number 10 is For Shame of Doing Wrong. This track is from the third album, Pour Down Like Silver, which, as the cover suggests, marks their conversion to Sufism, the mystic form of Islam, and about half of the tracks have Islamic influences in the lyrics and half don't, and this track itself isn't particularly based on Islam. However, there's such a warm, lovely, spiritual feel to all of this album, especially this one song. Despite them both being very in love at this point, this track tells the story of two ex-lovers who meet back up and just remind themselves the spark isn't there anymore. There's such a lovely feel to this track. You've got Linda doing the lead vocals, who had a much stronger voice back in the day, and in the chorus, Richard mirrors her lines, and the chemistry and the kind of sound of the echo is just lovely. You've got Richard also playing some very tasteful guitar parts and some lovely accordion by John Kirkpatrick. This is a lovely, lovely song. Okay, at number 9 is Down Where the Drunkards Wall. This track is from their first album together, and already it shows just a strong pair they were. As said in my last video, Richard has such a talent for showing you the world through the eyes of society's outcasts, and this track is a prime example of this. You can be a sailor who never left dry land. You can be Lord Jesus, all the world will understand, down where the drunkards roll. It's not mocking, there's something so beautifully empathetic about these lyrics, and sung by Linda, it's just gorgeous. A really beautiful, sparse song. Okay, at number 8 is Night Comes In. This is another track of that third album, Pour Down Like Silver, and this song definitely does show the influence of Islamic mysticism seeping through. You've got Richard on lead vocals in this track, and yeah, it's fair to say Richard had a much weaker, fainter voice in these days. However, it kind of works on the song. The track is a celebration of night, which I understand is a very important thing in Sufism, and it's just like in no hurry to go anywhere, and it's just so beautiful and comforting sounding. You have these long instrumentals where Richard is just playing these lovely, relaxed licks, and the band all chipping in to make it sound so beautiful and comforting. This is a lovely track, and also features some of Richard's great guitar work. Okay, at number 7 is Never Again. This song again shows the duo complimenting each other at their finest. The lyrics could even read as a poem. It's a very poignant song reflecting on memories, the nature of them, and how time never repeats itself. And when sung by Linda, it's just gorgeous. It's a very sparse sounding track with Richard playing acoustic guitar, doing some lovely gentle picking, and Linda hitting some wonderful notes on the dulcimer in the background. It's a sad track, but in a strange way, kind of comforting. This is a lovely, poignant piece of music. Okay, at number 6 is Dimming of the Day and Dargai. This song is both another celebration of night and love from that beautiful Pour Down Like Silver album. This song is just so tender and sparse sounding. You can hear at this spot the couple were still very much in love. Linda's singing lead, as in most of the songs, and Richard's just delicately providing some backup vocals, and the harmonies are beautiful. The track also plays out with Dargai. I think that's the pronunciation, which is an old Islamic tune, which Richard has rearranged into something that sounds a bit like a British folk song, and it's just him on the acoustic guitar, which just finishes this track and this album off perfectly. This is a lovely, lovely song. Right, at number 5 is Withered and Died. This pretty tender waltz from that wonderful first album is written very much in the vein of classic British folk, and unsurprisingly has been covered by various contemporary folk artists, sung by Linda in her beautiful voice again. It's another song from the perspective of someone who has fallen out of love with society, and a woman who just feels she has nothing else to give. If I was a butterfly, live for a day, I could be free, just blowing away. This cool country has driven me down, teased me and lied, teased me and lied. The despair is just captured so beautifully and tenderly in these lyrics, especially when sung by Linda. And you've got Richard being very restrained on his guitar, which, although I like him letting whip alone, just adds to the beauty of the song. Yes, there is a solo, but it's more of just instrumental of him very delicately mirroring Linda's melody, and it's just gorgeous. Okay, and number 4 is Walking on a Wire. This is the first track I've included from their last album, Shoot Out the Lights, and I was hesitant to put this album on the list because it's the breakup album, and the two sound very distant, and to be honest, it sounds more like Richard Thompson's solo work. However, I couldn't not include songs from it because it is a wonderful album. It said when they made this album, they didn't realize they were having problems. However, when you listen to a song like this, it's pretty obvious. This is sung by Linda, and just the arrangement itself, you can hear how Richard's backing vocals are very hesitant, almost as if he has reservations about harmonizing with her. The despair in this track is just so kind of naked and vivid sounding, and it just hits you right there. With an opening line like, "I hand you my ball chain," you just hand me that same old refrain. You know exactly what the pain in the song is about. It almost makes me cry, and you can just feel that they were falling out of love and really regretting that. It's a beautiful, stark song, and that's why it makes my number 4. Okay, and number 3 is Shoot Out the Lights. I was a bit hesitant in including this track as it really features no Linda input at all and could be more regarded as a Richard Thompson song. Nonetheless, it is starkly beautiful. It's about a man who can't face the realities of society and just hides away in the darkness. And this may be a metaphor for how he was coping with the demise of their marriage. And yeah, it's heavier than most Richard and Linda songs, with Richard letting rip on his guitar. So again, just Richard more sounding like a solo artist, which is quite painful given they were still, well, officially together, but it makes a beautiful, beautiful, dark song. Right, at number 2 is A Heart Needs a Home. Okay, taking the list in a completely different direction. The song from their second album, Hokey Pokey, is a love song that is just about as stark and honest about love as any song can be. Sung by Linda, it's from the perspective of someone who has utterly fallen for someone else and is yet unsure whether that person feels the same way. And I don't know, perhaps one thought this for the other at the start of their relationship. The music itself couldn't be more beautiful. You've got some beautiful harp plucking away in the background. Now, as a blues fan, when I say harp, I mostly mean distorted harmonica, but here is one of the instances where I do mean what classical music fans refer to as harp, and the plucky sound is just beautiful. This is a song given the feeling of the pain that comes with love and devotion like no other. It is just tenderly, painfully beautiful. Just a lovely piece of music. Okay, now my number one Richard and Linda Thompson song is The Calvary Cross. This track from the first album is just a perfect piece of British folk rock. The sound of the song itself is just so warm and comforting, even though the song lyrically has nothing to do with their relationship. You can just hear their love for one another, and perhaps singing a song about something that took place under the Calvary Cross, a meeting with a mysterious woman, in fact, shows Richard's interest in mysticism, even though at this stage it was Christian. In live versions, Richard lets rip on the guitar in this one, but on the album version, Richard remains very restrained, but is still showing off some very tasty guitar work. You've got each bar in the verses punctuated by these lovely long vibrating chords which he plays so well. It's even easy to overlook that the lyrics itself are quite dark. This woman is basically telling him that currently his life leads no purpose and he has to change that. But somehow the imagery and the sound of the song still remain so pretty. I think this is a perfect piece of British folk rock and why it's my number one. Okay, those are the top 10 Richard and Linda Thompson songs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why not tell me below? And please remember like button, and if you really like this video, share it on your social media. Thank you.